Hey everyone, how's you doing? I'm gonna try another DIY thing today since Arizona's a hot spot for the virus. I'm an old dude and I'm staying home, staying safe. I tried this making a precast wall and it's not too difficult. I even made my spreader bar. I make my own stuff because I'm on a budget. I try to get the most out of everything. I've made two of these precast walls. Got a 4-story here and a 3-story over there. And it wasn't too hard. I got this chicken wire here. It's like 1 inch from Lowe's. This stuff you can buy at any Michael's, or I suppose Hobby Lobby may have this stuff. Hobby Lobby does, for sure. And I just cut this stuff to shape, to the size. Drill the holes in the end like this. Put it on here just like that. You can see I've already used this one. And with a couple of boards, you can see where I had the windows for that. Everything is right here. Here's the door, and right there is the window. So this stuff just lays on here like this. And I got another one for the top, and it would lay just like that. Like that. This goes on top of it. And then there was one at the bottom here. Goes up in there just like that. Oops. This goes like that. And once you put your two faces on, the two big pieces, and all your corners, you leave the top open like that, because the bottom you want to hold. I bought a bunch of clamps. They're small clamps. I just use this. It's probably just like a plaster of Paris. Same thing. It's a water-based, easy to clean up. You can see it's just a powder. 3 little parts of this to 1 part of water, and it makes these. Now I glue my little windows, and that's really the tough part, is getting it off of windows and doors. I did spray it with Pam. You can use canola oil or vegetable oil or something. And my windows I cut out of this same stuff here. I just cut it a little shorter and then glued them on right there so they'd stay. And I made sure I put canola oil all the way around the sides here. You don't have to do this because this face goes on it. Just do it around your thing and around all of these, and it helps. My lifting hooks, I used a paper clip. I should have another piece of it around here someplace. That's what that is a piece of paper clip. I just bend them and tie them onto the tip here and let them stick up. So this would have stuck up out here like that. And then you just pour how much you need to the level. And you can see in here, maybe, it was only poured to right there. And that was that 3-story one. But this is all stuff that you can buy anywhere. It was not too difficult to do. I'm gonna say this big 4-story one probably weighs a pound maybe. But once you put it on your your crane, it's enough of a load to tighten everything up a bit. If you want a little bit heavier, maybe you can use a Quickcrete or something like that. I'm sure there's something heavier. But there's a lot of metal in here from this chicken wire, plus all this stuff, and maybe it's 1.5 pounds if I'm lucky. But it works, and it makes for a good diorama, kinda. Because I've tried to put a load on everything. I made all of them. I mean, they're pieces from something, and I paint them and put stuff on them and make them look like something. And when you're on a budget, that's what you do. You do what you can afford to do. So if you want to make precast walls, it's pretty cheap. I made little tiny bathroom windows, like a double window. This is like a conference room with a whole side of the wall would be window, and 3 windows in the 4th floor for offices. A big showroom window, and of course your 2-person door. So they weren't too hard to do. A little clean up. I just use a little triangle file. It fits inside of these real good, and you can straighten up anything that you got off a little bit. As you can see, this is not quite there. I gotta take and clean that up just a little bit. Yeah, I'm not perfect at this stuff either, so I'll tell you now, if you're better than me, you'll have a lot better luck with this stuff than I did. It took a little sanding in here. I didn't get these perfectly straight. But you know what? It's just a precast wall. So they need a little work once they're set anyway. So there you have it. Easy precast walls, easy load for your crane. And it's a pretty inexpensive. I probably don't have well, I probably got about 20 bucks in the material, but I made both of them out of that stuff. It was 9 bucks for that big thing, and there's plenty of it left. I can make probably another 5 or 6 more of these things easily. So 20 bucks and your cheap chicken wire from Lowe's or Home Depot, whoever you like. These little pieces of wood, they're probably about, you get 2 feet. It's like 4 or 5 bucks. It's all reusable. Sand, you can wash this off or sand it off and make another one. Same with this stuff. Once it comes off, you can use it again and again and again because it's just a form. I have another set of them here that I made this big one with, but I must have left them outside in the garage. Or did I? Nope. Here it is right here. There's the conference window. There's the door. And there's the showroom window. All I need to do is sand this down and smooth it because it picked up a little stuff from it, and reuse it again. This was a little more expensive. It's a little harder than this stuff here. I like this. It's a little thicker, a little stronger. It doesn't bow when you start pouring your material in, so you don't get any blowout with this. But this stuff I did get a little bit, and I had to go back and re-clamp a couple of spots where it was pouring out. And there you go, guys. Easy precast wall. As you can see, it fits a guy. And yep, that's just about a 4-story. Cheap and easy. These things I make myself as well. I put the nails in here where I want them. Buy this stuff at Michael's. Same stuff everybody uses. And what I do with these things is I'll make my loop here, and I'll glue this, and I wrap this with this cable like we're using here, that kind of cable, and I wrap it around and loop each wire around, if you know what I mean, gluing it the whole way so this stuff is glued to itself, this stuff is glued to it, and these things appear to be real strong, and they're easy to make if you jig it. So I made a jig. I've got 3 different sizes here, and you can see I've used a different hole. There's a couple over here to make different size ones, and I'll show you real quick. The first one I make, I'm going to make around here like this. Had to let that go so you could see it. I just made a loop like this, glue it and tie it off. Now I use my tweezers like I had earlier. They self-lock, and I'll hold it together while I start stringing the string around. Once I make the first one, let me see if I can set this thing up like this a second. Once I have my first loop, I take it around here like this, and I make the second loop like this. And then I just tie that one, and I got one end with 2 loops. And you can make them any size you want. And using the first loop to guide you how big the second loop is, it's real easy to make these things. I've made a bunch of them. I made these. Those are my little hooks with a piece of copper wire. Of course, I got it tied off. I haven't messed with these too much. This I made with a piece of, with an I-beam. This I think I bought from Michael's as well. My own hooks. This is a sword chain set here, but I made that. I made all of them. I made that base. It's the same angle iron that the spreaders are made out of. This one I got a I-beam as a spreader. And these are the little plastic ones that I've used on other things with the shackles you can buy on eBay. And the sword chains. I glue my little things on. I drilled a hole and glued them in. And hook right up to it. These, a little trickier. I bought this tubing. And I cut this out with a Dremel. I made this little slot here for these things to ride in. See it? Yeah, I cut that myself, made the little ends, drilled a hole through this can, and there's my lifting point. Looks just like the things you see for real. And again, these are my tied off things. You can see they're both the same size. And it's easy to do when you jig it up. That's that same bar that I painted red over there on the Terex. The shackles are the 150 ton. You can buy on eBay. I made these chains with the hooks, all that. You can buy at Michael's. And it looks like a real chain. One of them does. Let me find the one that, the recent ones I made. It's this one. Let me get it to focus here. And you can see it looks like the real chain, not a serpentine chain. They're real little tiny loops. So it looks like a real chain. And this is the hooks you buy. All this stuff I bought at Michael's. That's that same plastic spreader bar. I painted that one gray. Got the shackles that you can buy on eBay. The little rings I bought from Michael's. Comes in a big pack. Comes different sizes. You can make anything you want with this stuff. This is another one I made, the bar. It's the same bar that was on that big gray thing. I just used the Dremel and I cut a little slot inside there for my straps to fit in. Come on. That's another I-beam. It's just the other way. You can see it right there. It's cheap, it's easy. I can make a lot of stuff myself. And by doing that, I can buy more cranes. I'm trying to get my hands on an 8800, but boy, they are very expensive. But there you go, guys. A couple of easy DIY things you can do at home to help. I'm stuck at home. That's why I don't have any videos of the cranes working around here. I think I'm just going to stay at home and be safe. All right, guys. Have a great day. Good luck with this if you try it. It's not that hard. Once you do your first one, you'll be doing your second one the next day, like me. Have a good one, dudes.